Hi, welcome to the video edition of Therapy Thursdays. I am Shanda, and every week I write about something that I'm learning during my healing journey and through my therapy process. And I usually have that in a written format, but I'm experimenting with various ways to distribute my content. And this week I decided that I would try video for Therapy Thursdays. Anyways, we'll dive right into it. And this week I want to talk about noticing the small things in our life. If you follow me, you know that I run. And if you're new here, I run a lot. And by a lot, I mean 6-7 miles a day. That's pretty normal. And then on my long run days, which is 1 to 2 days a week, I'll run 9, 10, 11 miles. I'm working on 12 and 13. Not quite there yet, but I'm working on it. Anyway, so I cover just a lot of territory, and there's a lot of beauty outside in the Ozarks. So I'm always on the lookout for the unusual thing, the bold thing, the cool color, whatever I can find and what I can see along my path while I have my music in. And the other day I was running, and I ran across this really small, beautiful red leaf. And I ran past it, and I paused, and then I backed up because I was like, you know what? I'm going to capture this moment. There's this tiny red leaf. It's so beautiful. It stood out. It made me notice it. So I'm going to take a picture of this moment, and maybe I can use it for something later on. And here we are. But anyways, so I take a picture of the red leaf, and I don't think anything of it. And I go along my way, finish my run. And a few days later, I'm going through my phone to just look at the pictures that I had taken for the month. And I come across that picture with the red leaf again. And I paused for a second, and I remembered how lovely that moment was, that the red leaf was so beautiful that it stood out, and it made me stop what I was doing, and I took a picture of it. And then I didn't think anything of it, and I went along my way, and I probably crossed that picture 4 or 5 different times until today, actually. And I had another post planned for this, but this picture, it spoke to me. So today, when I ran across the picture, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I'm going to finally use this moment for something. So I'm looking at the picture, and I start to notice, I'm like, oh, there's 2 little baby grass plants growing by the leaf, and they're growing through the man-made pavement. That's pretty cool. And then I thought to myself, wow, I didn't notice those on my run. I certainly didn't notice them when I took the picture. I didn't notice them the many times I saw the picture post taking the picture. And here we are finally noticing them. And it made that moment so much more special to me because it made me realize I paused for the big thing that stood out, right? That big, bold thing. But I found so much beauty in those 2 small, courageous plants that were growing out of man-made material next to it than I did ultimately in that big, bold, beautiful thing. So it made me really pause, and it made me think that boldness, it's not always loud, and courage, it's not always obvious. Sometimes the strongest and most beautiful things really speak to us in the smallest and most quietest moments of our lives. And real resilience, that lives in the subtle, in the overlooked pieces of our lives. And it's the things that keep growing, even if we've got barriers and man-made things over them, which is it's a pretty cool thought to think about. So here's my challenge to you today. I want you to notice the small, the little miracles in your life today, the sparks of persistence, the growth in the unexpected places, and the courage whispering whispering instead of just shouting at you. Sometimes the most beautiful things are the things that are just waiting for us to see them. That's all that I have for you today. I appreciate you joining, appreciate you engaging, and also thank you so much for all the messages. You guys are awesome. You give me great feedback. You ask awesome questions, and I just appreciate you reaching out to me. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.